What is an absolute extremum and how do you find it? Well, an absolute extremum just simply means the highest value a function will ever get to, or the lowest value, either one. So let's say we had a function that looks like this. Something like that. Well, if we consider, and I meant to make that one a nice little smooth curve. Let's pretend that's a nice smooth curve. Now, what we need to consider for an absolute maximum is what is the highest point this ever goes. It's easy to look at it and say this right there, that is the highest point it ever goes. What's the lowest point? Well, it looks like this one and this one are equal. So there are actually two minimums in this graph that I've given. But how do you actually find them if you're given a function? Well, what you have to do is consider, well, let's start off by considering all the endpoints. So like right here and right here. It's always possible that it could have an extremum at an endpoint. But it could also have an extremum anywhere that has a critical point. Now, these are going to be found the same way as you do for local extremums. You still find those critical points. So now what we have to do is just find out what is the y value at each of these points. What's the y value there? What's the y value there, there, and there? All our critical points. And the biggest value, that's our absolute max. Whereas the smallest value, that's our absolute min. And it's okay to have more than one. So that's how you find, in general, an absolute extremum. Be sure to check out my next video where I'm going to talk about the difference between finding an absolute and a local extremum. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel. That way, you don't miss out on any more helpful hints.